Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, Time with Lauren. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and push that subscribe button so you can be alerted of all of my new videos. So today is going to be an episode of converting to clean. And I went back and forth on doing a recipe for this for you guys because I know there's so many out there, but I think mine's just a little bit different and that gives it sort of like a edge on everyone else's. I really love Duke's mayonnaise. Not my preference because we try to avoid seed oils as much as possible. I like to maximize the nutrition of my family's food, so good quality pastured eggs with good quality avocado oil is such a good nutrient dense way to add nutrition to your family's food. There's just lots of ways to use mayonnaise. Super simple to make. There is one tool that you really do need, and that is an immersion blender. I've never tried it without one, so I can't speak to that, but super cheap on Amazon. I can link the one that I have. It's not fancy. I prefer to do mine in a mason jar just because this is what I'm gonna store it in the fridge. This just fits. You do need a wide mouth jar though. This fits right inside here, and then it's super easy just to take your butter knife or whatever and scoop out and get all that mayonnaise out. You don't have the neck on the jar, and then like I said, the head of your immersion blender will fit right in. And get started. Join me as we make homemade mayonnaise. Guys, so we have all of our ingredients ready and we are going to get started. This couldn't be simpler, just a few ingredients. Now, if you look on the internet, you will find lots of different recipes and they're all pretty much the same. Mine is just a little bit different and why we prefer it. If you want a flavor profile similar to Duke's, then you're going to want to add a pinch of paprika. This is just plain paprika, not smoked. And then a little bit of garlic powder. And this really gives it a flavor similar to Duke's mayonnaise, and we just love it. Now, sometimes I make it without it, but we do prefer it with a little bit of each of those ingredients. So to get started, we choose avocado oil because it has a neutral taste. You can most certainly use olive oil. To get started, all you're gonna do is take your empty jar. You're going to crack your egg in. So on your egg, you're gonna add 1 cup of your oil. And I have measurements here on my jar, and it's a little, there's an egg in there, but I'm not really worried about it. So, gonna squirt in your oil. If you're wondering why mine's not like pouring out, it's because I don't put my oils into a smaller container because I do use them so much and I use them up pretty quick. And so instead of this like glugging out, I just poke a tiny hole in the top and it just kind of, you can see like it doesn't really come out very much unless I squeeze it. So it's just a little bit more of a controlled pour, and I just like take this exact knife and pop a hole in the top of mine. I do the same to my olive oil so it doesn't just glug out on my pan because I do use these every day. All right, so then you're gonna wanna add a teaspoon or so of just a plain old yellow mustard. 1 whole lemon. You can use apple cider vinegar or white vinegar. You could even use like a rice wine vinegar. I am going to use lemon today because I had it sitting here on my cutting board. And you're just going to do a pinch of salt just to your taste. That was probably maybe half a teaspoon. And then a pinch of garlic powder. I mean a pinch. If you want it more garlicky tasting, then put more. But I find that you don't really taste the garlic so much, as it's just a little bit more of a flavor. It just gives it just more flavor, if that makes sense. And then just a pinch of paprika. Again, this doesn't give a strong flavor, but if you leave it out, you're not gonna taste as similar to the Duke's mayonnaise. So that's it, you guys. A cup of oil, 1 whole egg, some salt to taste, a pinch of garlic powder and paprika, the juice of a lemon, or about a teaspoon of acid, so any vinegar, and then a teaspoon of yellow mustard. Go ahead and blend it up. Right, so what you're going to want to do is take your immersion blender, and you're going to want to set it in the very bottom of your jar where it's touching the bottom, and you're going to want to blend it, and you're going to leave it there until you start to see the mayonnaise texture form, and this emulsifies and turns into a homogeneous mixture. So I'm just going to turn it on, and you'll see it start to turn into mayonnaise. Now, when you're doing this, you're going to want to leave it at the bottom for probably a good 30 seconds, and then you're going to work your way up. All right, go ahead, bud. Okay, friends, so you saw how easy that was, and it took us longer to get everything out than it did to mix it up. And it is super thick and creamy. I mean, look at there. No drip action, okay? And it is delicious. Look at that, whipped up, super thick and creamy. This is gonna make your BLT so good and so nourishing. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing. You don't have to add the garlic and paprika. If you like it a little tangier, add a little more mustard or a little more lemon juice. If you want it less salty, put less salt, leave the salt out. It's so much cleaner than what you can find in the store. Now, the only thing is this isn't gonna last as long. This is gonna be about a week in your fridge at the longest. This amount of mayonnaise, this is like a cup and a half. This is gonna make one batch of chicken salad, one batch of tuna salad. This is gonna make, you know, tuna one day and BLTs a few days later. Or you can even use this to make grilled cheese. You can put it on your outside of your bread instead of butter. You can use this to make a homemade ranch dip or any vegetable dip. So if you're gonna make salad dressing and you want a creamy salad dressing, you wanna make a creamy balsamic, then you will make your balsamic and then emulsify this into it with the immersion blender in a different jar, and you'll have a wonderful creamy balsamic. Throw in a little bit of honey and red pepper. So good on a spinach salad. Anyways, so you guys saw how easy that was, how delicious. I wish you could taste it, but take my word for it. Try this recipe and let me know in the comments what you guys think. You're gonna try it with the upgrades that mine has.
All right, y'all, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're going to try making your own mayonnaise for your family. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.